Oh my God!
People are spotting creatures that don't seem real. Some small. Some oddly shaped.
Oh God, there it is. That's it. It's got a chicken. Holy.
And some that look like they belong in myths. These sightings are happening in everyday places. And what people are capturing is truly hard to explain. For weeks, people living near the Ishikari River in Japan kept sharing the same strange story. They said a creature was often seen sitting quietly on an old log by the water, as if it was waiting for something. Those who got a closer look described a head shaped like a human's, messy hair, and a wide nose. It also had arms and legs similar to a person, but some details didn't fit. Its hands and feet were webbed, and its back appeared hard, almost like a shell. Around that time, villagers also noticed their animals going missing. The situation stayed confusing until someone finally managed to record the creature. Later, experts said it matched the description of a kappa, a well-known being from Japanese folklore believed to live in rivers and lakes. White hippogriff. This clip claims to show something people never expected to see in real life. According to the uploader, it was a hippogriff. When the footage starts, the first thing that stands out is its massive size. The person trying to guide it looks tiny next to its leg. The creature itself is completely white, with wildcat-like paws and long claws. This wasn't the only sighting, though. In another clip, a similar creature appears, but this one looks different. It's shorter, slimmer, and brown in color. Its shape resembles a heavily altered eagle, with wings so large they barely fit inside a cage. What unsettles viewers most is how little information exists about either clip, making some believe they're real because everything about them feels hidden. Hidden creature. A short clip from an unknown source spread quickly online and unsettled viewers almost instantly. In the video, a man appears to be keeping a strange creature inside his home. What stood out was how calm the creature seemed. It didn't resist or react harshly in any way. As the clip spread, opinions divided fast. Some believed it could be part of a secret experiment kept away from public eyes. Others felt it was something ancient, quietly hidden for reasons no one fully understands. With no context and no follow-up, the video left people uneasy and full of unanswered thoughts. Forest fairies. On October 16th, 2025, a woman hiking near Nishio Wakura in Japan captured something unusual on camera. While walking through the forest, she noticed a tiny, winged figure moving nearby. She followed it with her camera as it flew toward a hole at the base of a tree, possibly a place it used for shelter. After waiting a short distance away, she noticed another small figure sitting calmly on a tree branch. It appeared unafraid, legs crossed, with 4 wings, white hair, and a thin, dark gray body. Both figures were small and quick, disappearing before she could approach. She later chose not to share the exact location. Chained griffin. In a disturbing video filmed near Route 277 in San Angelo, a farmer shared footage of what he called a griffin. The creature was restrained using thick metal chains, yet it still looked powerful. 2 men, believed to be the farmer's sons, struggled to keep control of it. The being had the head of an eagle, large owl-like wings, and huge paws shaped like a lion's. Its claws were long and sharp, and it kept pulling against the chains, trying to break free. The clip ends suddenly, likely when the situation becomes too intense. Despite how unsettling it looked, many comments on the video were surprisingly supportive of the farmer. Double Cerberus. Southwest of Goy-Ugtal, Mongolia, a man recorded a creature he identified as a version of Cerberus. Thick black fur covered its head and chest, while the rest of its body was smooth. The most shocking feature, it had 2 heads with amber eyes and long, sharp canines capable of tearing through anything. Though the myth describes 3 heads, this beast was as close as he'd ever seen. Its size was enormous, comparable to a Tibetan mastiff. The sighting occurred in an exhibition area between Goy and Chulut, leaving the man stunned and eager for anyone else to capture it on video. Cornfield Stalker. On a farm in San Vicente del Caguan, Colombia, a farmer noticed something disturbing after discovering several missing chickens. Between the tall corn stalks stood a small figure, around 4 feet tall, with pale, ashen skin. Its head had 3 eye-like slits, sealed over with the same skin, giving it an unnatural look. The farmer's heart raced as he realized the figure held one of his chickens. Though unsettling,
Oh God, there it is. That's it. It's got a chicken. Holy...
He suspects it might have been a person dressed up as a creature to steal his livestock. The mysterious sight left him uneasy long after the encounter. Leashed griffin.
Alright, call ready? And go!
A video captured a scene that almost seemed impossible. A man appeared to be walking a griffin on a leash, moving calmly as if it were a trained pet. The creature had the body of a lion, massive paws, and the head and wings of an eagle. Its size towered over the man's legs, making him look tiny beside it.
One more.
Forest encounter. In Colorado, a woodcutter had a terrifying encounter he would never forget. Deep in the forest, he suddenly spotted a massive creature standing before him. Its wings were wide and dark, and its glowing eyes pierced the shadows. The figure felt unreal, like a nightmare walking in daylight. He froze, unable to move, until instinct kicked in. Heart racing, he turned and left the area immediately, never daring to return. The forest remained quiet afterward, but the image of those glowing eyes stayed, burned into his memory. Forest horror. A camper's quiet trip into the woods suddenly turned tense when strange noises drew his attention. He followed the sounds cautiously, and there, sitting in the shadows, was a dark creature. Its face was blurred and indistinct, but its presence was undeniable. It wasn't any normal animal he had seen before. Fear washed over him instantly, and he abandoned everything to leave the area immediately. That place remained off limits after that night. The camper never returned. Wall visitor.
Stood up.
In Kansas City, late at night, a local was woken by strange noises coming from his yard. Curious, he stepped outside and immediately froze. Clinging to the side of his wall was a dark, hairy creature. The shadows made it hard to tell its exact shape, but its horns and posture were unmistakable. It reminded him of tales of Mothman. Heart pounding, he ran back inside. By the next morning, the creature was gone, leaving no trace. Neighbors had seen nothing, and the local never discovered what had been lurking on his wall that night. Flowerhead. The name you just heard was actually given by the original person who uploaded this clip, and even now, it's hard to say what this thing really was. The footage was recorded in Sao Paulo, Brazil, a few months into 2025. What appears on screen has a large purple head shaped like a flower just before it opens. Its body looks uneven, with 5 legs in total. One of them, on the back right side, doesn't even seem to have a foot. The feet it does have look more like leaves than anything else. Since the recording happened in daylight, the being was clearly reacting to its surroundings. After just 12 seconds, the person filming stopped, clearly unsure of what they were seeing. Farm intruder. Early one morning in Choloma, Honduras, a man went to his farm to collect eggs when something unusual caught his attention. Near the water was a strange creature slowly moving toward one of his hens. It didn't resemble any animal he knew. Sharp horns rose from its head, and a rough ridge ran along its back, giving it a very unnatural look. When the creature noticed the man, it suddenly sprang toward him, then cleared a wall and disappeared. Authorities later suggested it may have been a mysterious leper, but no signs or evidence were ever found. Night shapeshifter. This CCTV clip caught attention almost instantly after it surfaced online. It showed a quiet street at night when a strange figure suddenly appeared. At first, it looked like it had wings, a face similar to a rat, large ears, and eyes that reflected light in an unsettling way. Then things became even stranger. The figure suddenly changed its form, dropping down on all fours. Its shape looked twisted and unnatural, and it seemed as if its head was no longer visible. Without warning, it jumped over a nearby wall and disappeared from view. As the clip spread, people couldn't agree on what they were seeing. Some felt it showed something not from this world, while others believed the footage could have been created using advanced digital tools. Forest humanoid. While searching for bears in the remote areas of Alaska, two hunters came across something they did not expect. Near the entrance of a burrow, a strange being was sitting completely still. Both men froze, realizing they had never seen anything like it before. It had a snout like a dog, calm brown eyes, and long pointed ears. What unsettled them most was its body. It looked almost human, with arms and legs shaped like a person's. Later, when they reached a nearby village, they described the encounter to the locals. The villagers listened carefully and told them it sounded like a sitil, a legendary humanoid said to have the head of a dog and appear in isolated areas. Roadside shadow.
Mames, eso está bien cabrón.
On March 29th, 2025, a couple driving late at night through Henley and Arden in England suddenly slowed their car. Something large was crouched on the road ahead. Its shape was dark, wide, and unlike any animal they recognized. As they carefully zoomed in with their camera, the figure became clearer and even more disturbing. It appeared bat-like, with an unnatural posture and heavy presence. The couple believed they had encountered Mo Mon, a legendary figure often linked to dark roads and late-night sightings. They stayed inside the car, filming briefly, before driving away in shock. Lake Serpent. A man walking near Silkeborg Lake in Denmark experienced something he would never forget. As he stood near the shore, the water suddenly shifted. Without any warning, a creature slowly rose from the lake. Only its head and a long, snake-like neck could be seen, while the rest of its body stayed hidden beneath the surface. The figure remained there for just a few seconds, as if aware it was being watched. Then, just as calmly, it sank back into the dark water and vanished. Still shaken, the man later told locals what he had seen. Some believe the description matched Yorander, a legendary sea creature from Norse stories, said to live in deep waters and reveal itself only on rare occasions. Glowing drifter. While diving in the Pacific Ocean near North America, a scuba diver noticed something unusual drifting through the water. It moved slowly and gave off a soft glow in orange and blue shades. Near its mouth were 4 small tentacle-like parts that gently waved as it floated. The diver had never seen anything like it and made sure to record the moment. Later, he showed the footage to a more experienced diver. After watching closely, the expert explained that it was an opalescent nudibranch, a rare type of sea slug. The bright orange parts on its body help it breathe and also carry stinging cells, which it uses to protect itself from larger sea animals. Living flowers. A couple hiking through Zerat in Switzerland came across something that stopped them in their tracks. Spread across the ground was a group of tiny creatures crawling slowly together. Each one moved on 8 black legs, and their wings looked oddly similar to flower petals. Curious, the man lowered his camera for a closer look. That's when one of the creatures opened its wings wide, revealing bright shades of yellow, purple and green, almost like a flower opening in sunlight. The sight felt strange and hard to believe at first. Later, after searching online, the man learned they were rare flower beetles, insects known for their unusual colors and patterns. River Snatcher. While fishing along the Atrai River in West Bengal, a man noticed sudden movement in the water and raised his camera. What appeared next caught him completely off guard. A creature rose briefly from the river with a long snout, dark green skin, and small, hard horns lining its head. In one quick motion, it grabbed a fish from the line and slipped back beneath the surface. The man had been fishing these waters for years, yet he said he had never seen anything like it before. Whether it was an unknown river animal or something rarely seen remains unclear. Sailfin. On November 8th, 2019, a group of friends was enjoying a calm boat ride near the 5 islands in Thailand, taking in the sea view. Suddenly, something surfaced beside their boat. It looked like a fish, but nothing like the ones they were familiar with. The creature had a huge sail-like fin on its back, a long pointed bill, and a dark body marked with glowing blue lines running vertically along its sides. Shocked by the sight, they immediately started recording. Later, they showed the footage to the boat driver, who identified it as a sailfish, a species known for its speed and striking appearance. Drain visitors. A man living in Atlanta, Georgia, woke up early one morning to get ready for work, expecting a normal start to his day. That changed when he stepped into his bathroom. Crawling across the floor mat was a long green creature with countless tiny legs moving in waves along its body. A thick, slimy fluid followed behind it as it moved. Still trying to understand what he was seeing, he noticed something else nearby. Inside the sink was another snake-like creature floating in the water, its body coated with green algae. Confused, he recorded both and sent the footage to a friend who worked as a zoologist. The friend explained the first was a king ragworm, and the second a puff-faced water snake, a species often found in Thailand and known to enter homes through drainage systems. Ocean Disk. A group of fishermen working in the Arctic Ocean noticed something unusual drifting near their boat. Floating calmly beside them was a massive silver-gray shape, wide and flat like a giant disc. At first, they thought it could be a sea turtle, but the size didn't make sense. Turtles don't grow that large, especially not in Arctic waters. The strange creature stayed near the surface for a short time before slowly moving away. Whether it was a rarely seen sea animal or something still unexplained is left for viewers to decide. Floating mass. About a year ago, a man in Miami, California, recorded something that left him unsettled long after. Hovering in front of him was a strange black shape, almost like thick liquid hanging in the air. Thin, thread-like strands stretched out from it, moving gently as if the air itself was carrying them. It didn't flap or fall. It simply stayed suspended. The man said he had never seen anything like it in his life. Confused and shaken, he shared the footage online, hoping for answers. Instead, many viewers brushed it off as a trick or staged clip, even though the movement looked anything but ordinary. Silent Watcher. Two friends exploring an abandoned house in Penang, Malaysia, noticed something sitting quietly in one of the corners. As their eyes adjusted, they realized it was a creature with an owl-like shape, large dark eyes, wings folded tightly, and sharp claws gripping the floor. What unsettled them most wasn't its look, but its behavior. When the friend spoke, the creature seemed to react, slowly nodding its head as if it understood their words. They recorded the moment and shared it on Facebook. Some viewers claimed it was just an unusual owl, while others felt the responses made it far more unsettling.
No eres una bruja.
Skull wings.
That's freaky. It's a skull.
During a bright afternoon at Kew Gardens in England, a man had an unexpected encounter. A flying insect suddenly came toward him and gently landed on his hand. At first, he froze. The creature had black and brown wings with a clear, skull-shaped marking on its back, along with large, dark eyes and a soft, velvety texture. Though startled, he noticed it remained calm. Later, curiosity led him to research it. He discovered it was a death's head hawk moth, a rare species known for its distinctive markings and calm behavior around humans.
Yes, it's real. And yes, it's alive.
Red eyes. Last month in Portugal, a large bird appeared that immediately made people uneasy. Its size alone drew attention, but what truly disturbed onlookers were its deep red eyes. Many recognize those eyes from old warnings passed down through generations. According to those beliefs, a bird like this shows up before major ruin. People gathered at a distance, speaking quietly and watching carefully. Some felt it matched the old stories perfectly, while others tried to explain it more ordinarily.
Santísima Virgen.
Still, everyone who saw it agreed on one thing. The feeling it left behind was heavy, and it didn't feel normal at all. Bright ears. Late at night, a man was walking near a wooded area when something strange caught his eye between the trees. At first, it looked almost unreal, bright yellow in color, with sharp ears, about the size of a small animal. It reminded him of a cartoon character, something straight out of a game. Unsure of what he was seeing, he pulled out his phone and started recording, keeping his distance. The figure didn't react at all. It stayed completely still, like it was unaware of him. When the clip later appeared online, people had different ideas. Some said it was a rare animal. Others felt it didn't fit anything familiar. The man, however, couldn't shake the image of those bright ears. Eerie dog. A man was walking along a quiet roadside when unusual sounds made him stop. Curious and uneasy, he stepped closer to find the source. That's when he saw a dog standing nearby, but something about it felt wrong. Its eyes were white and empty, nothing like a normal animal's. The moment it noticed him, it rushed forward without hesitation. Fear took over, and he turned and ran, not daring to look back. The footage later appeared online, reportedly filmed in Philadelphia. Viewers were left unsettled, debating whether what appeared in the video was truly a dog or something pretending to be one. Road blocker. A delivery rider was out late with an order when he noticed something blocking the road ahead. From a distance, it looked like a dog standing still. As he moved closer, the way it held itself felt off. It didn't move, didn't react, and didn't act like any animal he had seen before. Its dark shape stayed fixed on him, watching quietly. The rider felt a strong sense that he shouldn't go any further. Without waiting to understand more, he turned his bike around and took a different route. By the next morning, there were no reports, no sightings, and no answers about what stood in that road that night. Wrong shape. A hiker deep in the Colorado woods noticed movement ahead on the trail. At first, he thought it was a snake crossing his path. Then it lifted itself higher. The face looked snake-like, but the body didn't match at all. It stood low on 4 legs, shaped more like a reptile than anything familiar. A blue tongue slipped out slowly, testing the air. It didn't rush away or try to hide. It stayed calm, almost watching him. After a few quiet seconds, the hiker slowly stepped back and left the area. He never followed it and never returned to that trail again. Owl encounter. A man walking near the woods of a small town in Peru noticed an unusual owl perched silently on a branch. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, but as he moved closer, its eyes caught him, piercing and unnatural. They radiated an energy he couldn't explain. Before he could react, the owl opened its beak, and he felt a strange, electric-like sensation in the air. Panic set in, and he quickly walked away, glancing back once. When he returned the next day, the bird was gone, leaving only the lingering memory of those unsettling eyes. Backyard specter. In Texas, a man checking his backyard noticed a semi-transparent creature standing on the grass. At first, it resembled a floating fish, but the body didn't match anything he knew. Its form was jelly-like, almost liquid, yet distinctly reptilian. He watched silently, unsure what he was seeing. After several tense minutes, he gently nudged it toward a nearby river and let it slip away. The creature vanished without a trace, leaving him shaken by the realization that he had seen something entirely unlike any known animal. Night Visitor. A man in Peru was startled awake by his dog barking non-stop in the middle of the night. The next morning, reviewing his CCTV footage, he froze. Near the edge of his property stood a strange creature with a long neck stretching forward. Its eyes and teeth were visible, while the rest of its body seemed to fade into darkness. The dog's barking never stopped, and the creature never moved closer. By sunrise, it was gone, leaving behind only the footage and a lingering sense of unease that the man couldn't explain. Two-legged goat. Goats are supposed to walk on 4 legs, but in this clip, something seemed completely off. A goat was moving forward on just 2 legs, upright like a strange humanoid. Every step was careful and deliberate, almost as if it had learned to balance unnaturally. Its movements were smooth, deliberate, and entirely ungoat-like. The scene made viewers uneasy. It wasn't just the posture, it was the way the creature moved, with an intent that didn't seem natural for any animal. The footage left everyone watching disturbed and questioning what they had just seen. Frogman. Despite warnings about walking through the woods at night, one man ventured forward alone. As he moved cautiously, a strange figure suddenly appeared in front of him. Its body and face resembled a frog, with a matching skin tone and unusual posture. The creature moved in a way that was not human, but not quite animal either. The moment was brief. The video ended abruptly, and no further footage was recorded. Nothing more was ever discovered, leaving only the short, eerie glimpse of the frog-like figure to haunt anyone who saw it. Winged Phantom. Late one night, a man was walking past the woods when something completely unbelievable appeared before him. A huge white creature, its wings massive and glowing faintly in the dark, suddenly materialized. The moment he noticed it, the creature lifted off silently and vanished into the night. He stood frozen, unsure of what he had just seen. That fleeting glimpse stayed with him, haunting his thoughts. He never encountered the creature again, but the memory of its wings and presence lingered, unanswered and deeply unsettling. Stick Swarm. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary stack of sticks, but as a local staying in a rented Airbnb got closer, the truth became horrifying. The sticks were hundreds of strange insects, lined up in perfect formation, moving as if alive. The scene was eerie, almost as if the wooden sticks had been animated. Nothing was ever properly identified, and it's unclear what the homeowner did about it afterward. For anyone witnessing it, the sight remained disturbing and wholly unexplained. Road Stare. In 2009, a man walking home late in Mexico noticed a bizarre figure on the road ahead. From a distance, it looked almost upside down, or like a wild creature sitting perfectly still, staring directly at him. The sight froze him in place. Instead of taking any chances, he quietly changed his route and walked away, heart pounding. That night, he learned that sometimes the smartest decision is simply to avoid the unknown entirely. Amazon Mystery. In 2023, a tourist exploring the Amazon encountered something truly extraordinary. At first, the creature resembled a bird with its colors and face, but then it moved, revealing a body with 4 legs and, astonishingly, wings. A single being combining wings with an animal-like body. The sight was both unsettling and mysterious, a reminder that the Amazon holds secrets few outsiders ever witness. The creature vanished as suddenly as it appeared, leaving only awe and disbelief behind. Tail Spider. In West Virginia, a local was tending his garden when he spotted something that made him do a double take. A tiny spider was crawling along, but unlike any spider he had ever seen, it had a tail longer than its own body. The sight left him shocked and puzzled. He wondered how such a strange little creature could exist, a reminder that nature always has its surprises. This tiny spider, with its unusually long tail, was proof that even the smallest things can be extraordinary. Caterpillar line. At first, they looked like ordinary thick ropes lying on the ground, but when the video was zoomed in, it became clear they weren't ropes at all. Tiny beings, each with little heads, long tails, and miniature faces, moved together in a strange formation. Curious, I researched and found they might be Spitfire caterpillars. Their movement and alignment made them seem almost otherworldly. Were they just unusual insects, or something stranger hiding in plain sight? The footage left viewers fascinated and a little unsettled. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.